Welcome everybody, here we are with our fight night event of the evening. Impdaddy versus Fat Russell. This is gonna be a good one. If you like Pit Lord, if you like that high damage cleave, you've come to the right place. Our boy Fat Russell loves that Pit Lord. We are just waiting for him to enter the lobby and we will be off and running. Thank you so much Carson and the Back to Warcraft community for joining us tonight for Fight Night in Gym Newbie League. If you're new here, Gym is a community of new, mediocre, good players. You have players ranging all the way from Angry Korea Man, who you saw performing in ESL tonight, participating, all the way down to 900 to 800 MMR rating. So if you love Warcraft 3, you want to get better, you want to play with like-minded people in a great community, come join GNL, !Gym in the chat. This is the place you want to be. This is where I am. This is how I went from 1200 MMR all the way up to 1450. Now I'm what you would call below average. So finally made it there. Finally made it to the middle of the ladder. So soon as Fat Russell gets here, we will be up and running. But in the meantime, how is everybody doing tonight? We're going to get a prediction going in the chat for who you think will win Game 1, Fats Russell or Impdaddy. Bidu, thank you so much for joining. How's your vacation going? Bidu played earlier today, did really well, hitting those tiny Great Hall timings, only like Bidu can. It was very incredible. Very well played. To give the Monkeys 3 points this week. This is what we like to see. Can I tell you about my drum set? My drum set is a Roland electric kit. It's in the back here. I do like to play. I would love to play for you all on stream, but I do have to be careful with DMCA things. You know, it's a pain out there. Because I like to play along with like Rush, Dream Theater, a bunch of like cool bands with some really cool drum licks and drum fills, but you know, then you end up getting just taken down, getting some strikes in your account. We do have our competitors here. Welcome Beelit, welcome Impdaddy. We have who's playing Superstars in Training versus Wine and Cheese, I believe. So we will be going as soon as our competitors are ready. Thank you so much for the follow. And thanks again to the Back to Warcraft community. To Carson, great stream tonight as always. Never disappointing. And with that, let's get right into the action. Game 1, Impdaddy versus Beelit, aka Fats Russell. Now what we've learned from Beelit in the past is he has crushed his opponents with Pit Lord. Impdaddy, I don't believe I've seen play before, but we do have a nice 1600 MMR battle today for you on Fight Night, Gym Newbie League Edition. Impdaddy with the respectful good luck, have fun in the bottom left. Altar Crypt to start. And in the top right, Beelit, aka Fats Russell. Let me edit my win record from earlier today. It's not 3-2, it is 0-0. We are just getting started. Beelit, the good luck, have fun. Altar Moonwell, coming from the Night Elf, Ancient of War, right where you expect it to be, to hit the Tuskar camp first. And with that, let me get a prediction up and running here. See who you all think will take Game 1. Start a prediction. Wait, that's not it. Delete. Choose outcome. Oh. Bidu. Oh, that's from last prediction. Alright, complete prediction. Oh, I see how this works now. Okay. Start prediction. Alright. Who takes Game 1? Beelit, Impdaddy. Submission period. We're going to go 2 minutes. Here we are. Sorry, I'm a little new at this prediction stuff here. So, in the yellow corner, we have a Demon Hunter coming out first, ready to take down the Tuskar camp. And in the red corner, we have Dreadlord. Potentially some Dreadlord Ghouls action coming in this game. Ghoul Frenzy. The Wisp has scouted it, so we do know what's coming. If you are Beelit, you know the impending doom of Mass Ghouls Dreadlord and potentially some Gargs as well. Popular strategy against Night Elf Mass Gargs. Ancient War doing its job, taking that Tuskar down to critical levels, and it falls, granting the Demon Hunter 68 XP. Ogre Magi is next to fall with some scout placement on the Wisp here. Undead still hasn't begun the creep route yet, and we now have the Dreadlord out, beginning his journey, taking down some critters, raising some skeletons. And the DH taking a lot of damage. Thank you for the follow, Tad Scout. Appreciate that. Enjoy the stream. Well, the Ancient of War is going to be able to get back up to health, but that Demon Hunter needs a little moon juice. Not a problem. There's plenty to go around. Meanwhile, early Expo, not an Expo, but at least hitting the early natural camp. Impdaddy going for the Tuskars, putting the Ogre Magi to sleep, eliminating the amount of Bloodlust going around. And looks like we will be setting up for an early Expo attempt, putting that Ziggurat down. Next will be the Haunted Gold Mine. And up top, the Demon Hunter still flirting with disaster. At 100 health, needs to really start thinking about having someone else take this damage. This will be bad news if that Dreadlord comes to town. And we're going to get a little scout from Impdaddy. Impdaddy is going to see the dangerous levels of the Demon Hunter. No moon juice to go around, but 2 Moonwells coming up. Smartly drops the circlet before healing. And the scout is now in play. We do know the Demon Hunter is in trouble. Will we see a pivot from Impdaddy? Nope. Impdaddy continues on the creep route, knowing what's best for him. Going to get that level 3 as soon as possible. Demon Hunter not afraid of any of these creeps. Is going to creep with 150, sub 100 health. Does not matter. Living on the edge. 44 health. Critical damage as the undead player trying to sneakily catch up to this Demon Hunter and punish it for being so greedy. Dreadlord taking the long way potentially here. And now plenty of moon juice to get that Demon Hunter up to healthy levels.
Town is under siege.
Again, nice attention to detail there, dropping the circlet before healing. Maximizing the throughput. Taking down this Ancient of War, which will be a big setback for Beelit. But Beelit has enough of a presence to push the undead army back. So checking out the macro right now, still on tier 1. Pumping out some acolytes to populate this expo. Haunted Gold Mine almost up. Tier 2 almost done for Beelit, and we do have our first encounter of the game. Weakened Ghoul, putting that Demon Hunter to sleep. Not today. Saikuno. Don't know who that is, but hope it's a compliment. And we are going for a strong mid-game push. Naga here to help push back this undead. Get as many snipes as we can with that forked lightning on these ghouls. Chasing undead all the way back home. Just to send them packing. I don't believe we have visibility of the expo yet. So I don't think Beelit is aware of the expo, but he probably did see tier 1. If he did walk into the base enough, he probably did see Impdaddy still on tier 1 and may be able to connect the dots and assume that there is an expo with such a late tech. And he does naturally walk over to Impdaddy's natural expansion. The Rubian towers are up. This Ziggurat did finish, and repair will go down on that Ziggurat. Trying to preserve it, trying to keep it alive. Demon Hunter will be awarded level 3 for that Acolyte kill. Skilling up mana burn. 100 mana per burn is going to really hurt that Dreadlord to mitigate the amount of sleeps that could be done in this Night Elf army. And Impdaddy's had enough. Impdaddy needs to come here and protect his expo, putting the Demon Hunter to sleep, and is going to try to slash and gash as many of these archers as possible with these ghouls. Mass ghouls onto the archers, but it's too much. Impdaddy needs to retreat back to the towers, get into better position. And the archers also retreat slightly back, and the expo seems secure at the moment. Checking on the macro again, going right to tier 3. Meanwhile, halfway done, or actually 80% done with the tier 2 tech for the undead player. Will we see the transition to gargoyles? We also like to usually see triple crypt if we're going to go to gargs. And there is the third crypt. It is so hard to deal with mass gargs. We've seen Foggy try to defend against it, and we've seen so many other great night elves trying to defend against the mass gargs. It is such a tough army composition to deal with, especially in the hands of a deadly undead player like Impdaddy. Beelit here doing everything he can to secure this expo. The Tree of Life is now underway to try to counter expo. The early expo of Impdaddy. Impdaddy taking a little break, taking a little breather at the Tuskar camp. That Vampiric Aura is going to start working overtime. Hopefully he can get to some good position to get some melee attacks on those archers. Meanwhile, Beelit taking down the merchant camp. Overseer falls. And he might have an inconvenient encounter with Impdaddy, but Impdaddy does retreat. Don't know if he got visibility to see what was happening here. But regardless, he does fall back for the time being. Alright, and we've hit a little lull in the game right now as creeping is now underway for both sides. Opting to just go for creep routes, get those hero levels up. Another Ancient of War coming up, and an Ancient of Lore coming up. Meanwhile, triple crypts are online, with Temple of the Damned as well. What are we going to see from Impdaddy? Is it going to be mass gargs? Are we going to see some necromancers? Some banshees? What's coming out of these double Temple of the Damned? Alright. Back at the Night Elf home base. We are on tier 3. Ancient of Lore is about to be online. And the expo has been scouted, has been identified, and will fall at the hands of Impdaddy. Not today. No second gold mine for you. Not this game. And it will be just enough to get that expo destroyed. As Beelit is just a smidge too late to defend it and will need to try again. Getting that expo up if he wants to match the economy lead of Impdaddy. Priestess of the Moon on the map now for Beelit, with True Shot Aura giving the archers every bit of extra DPS that they can muster. And the Goblin Lab will be taken by Impdaddy. Second hero out to give some nice coils to that Dreadlord. Meanwhile, we're going to go try to take this expo down again, but it's going to be a little tough. Necropolis really blocking your pathing here, and now a third Ziggurat about to come online. Soon to be upgraded into a Spirit Tower. Will we have enough DPS to cancel this Necropolis? It's going to be close. The Necropolis is going to fall. It will not be canceled. And that was a nice destruction of the Necropolis by Beelit, taking down these towers, trying to be repaired. It is not going to be enough. Spirit Tower will fall. Will we see the Nerubian fall as well, and potentially ransack this expo, but not before we have a backdoor attempt by Impdaddy. Those archers are in a vulnerable position against all of these, well, only 6 ghouls. Is it enough to actually make some damage, make some progress here? We do have some necromancers, hopefully to raise some dead, and no dryads to counter it. Will it be enough with the Vampiric Aura? Archers are doing everything they can to damage down these ghouls, but every unit that falls, 2 units appear on behalf of Impdaddy, raising the dead, everything in his power, putting what is his name? Demon Hunter to sleep. Every opportunity he gets, has to retreat. It is not enough. Whoopsie from Impdaddy as the Dreadlord falls. You know, mistakes happen, even at the 1600 level. No one's perfect. But the question is, can he recover? Can we get back to being in a solid position? You have the economy lead. You have your second hero. You're on tier 3. You're ready to mass produce ghouls. Potentially you have 3 crypts. Are you going to go gargs? And we have the wagons. Necro wagons are online. And we have no dispel from the Night Elf. Stay focused. A lot of skeleton warriors here to help you and do your bidding as the Demon Hunter is just staggering off of all that piercing damage. These are no match for the Demon Hunter. And Beelit really wants that Spirit Tower down. That Nerubian has just been a nuisance. A thorn in his side all game. Repair attempts on the Nerubian Tower. Will it be enough? The archers just don't have enough DPS. Death Coil's now going out on the Priestess, doing everything it can to take down that True Shot Aura, eliminate the extra DPS boost that the Priestess is giving him. Demon Hunter put to sleep as the ghouls and the Raised Skeleton Warriors are going to town on the archers. A lot of damage on these archers. Dreadlord did get level 4, and his skilling has not picked this. Oh, he did take Carrion Swarm. Okay, so we will have some cone damage going out on these archers. Now, the question here is, after this battle, what is Beelit doing to counter this? Bears are coming out. Dreadlord is extremely weak, and just in time, a town portal to save, but the Death Knight will fall. 2 heroes lost for Impdaddy, and a lot of archers lost for Beelit. 38 food for the Night Elf, 43 food for the Undead, and we do have bears up and coming. A Chimera Roost, don't tell, is also on the way. Gonna need to get that scout going into the base. Take a look at what's coming for you, Impdaddy. Chimeras are on the menu. Those rejuvenations coming from the bears are really going to help. Just continuing to creep, get the Demon Hunter up to level 5. And if it gets to level 6, it can hard carry any game. Trust me, I've lost to it many times. Getting that Priestess up to level 3, a level 2 True Shot Aura would be very nice. Meanwhile, Dreadlord is back on the map. No opting for a third hero yet. Potential Lich with an orb could be nice. Addition to this army, and the Expo is scouted only when it is about 60% online. 3 out of 5 Wisps in the mine. This is going to be quite a setback for Beelit, and I believe this will fall with the help of some meat wagons in the back. That late repair is not going to help, but some detonates will at least drain the mana and leave him in a very vulnerable position, not ready to take a fight. We have 2 Necros on the map. Necro Wagon. Some ghouls still being produced. Lich on the way. Versus Bears. Tri-Hero. Demon Hunter. True Shot Aura Priestess. And the Naga Sea Witch with more bears on the way and Chimeras in production. Going for the red camps now. Impdaddy doing what he can to take any advantage. He already has the resource lead. Now he wants the item lead. However, Beelit knows this. Beelit knows the other red camp must be taken at this moment and wants the other red item for himself. What is coming? First red item will be Cloak of Flames. Second red item will be Cloak of Flames. Double Cloak of Flames. We have Immolation on the menu tonight. Chimeras are alive and they have not been scouted yet. So can you get a nice critical mass of Chimeras before they have been noticed to be as effective as possible against this undead Necro Wagon strat? But some A-bombs coming online as well. The Lich is here. Lich has the orb. And Necros now have master training.
A player's forces are...
Thank you for the follow, Ogami. Enjoy Fight Night here, Gym Newbie League Edition. Alright, and the map is just about crept out. We have these Scorpion camps next to the Expos. But after that, that's going to be about it. Thanks to another Oxy Gen 6 for the follow. And potentially a clash here in the middle. This will be the first time, I believe, we have scouted the Chimeras from Impdaddy's perspective. That Dreadlord really could use a nice juicy coil right now. And the Chimera gets put to sleep. Nice use, Fork Lightning going onto the Priestess. Bears doing everything they can to take down these archers. Oh, sorry, not the archers, the ghouls. Summons online. Lich will fall. Death Knight was not able to coil it in time. Dreadlord falling slightly. Really need a coil on that Dreadlord. Level 3 is now available for the Death Knight. Will we get a nice juicy coil? We do have more skeletons coming online. Demon Hunter just popped a nice health potion. Has plenty of health to go around. Will be here for a while. You're not going to see him going anywhere. Level 5 as more skeleton mages appear on the battlefield. This is going to be so hard to deal with as the night elf. With no dispel, you will get overrun, and the chimeras are not enough to deal with this. The demon hunter has to retreat. Look at this. There's only one way to deal with this. You need dispel. Gotta have something here with dispel. But no dispel is coming. Dryads will not hear your cries. Bears are the only thing that will be coming to help you. And chimeras. We have a lot of skeletal mages, but the detonates will come to try to help and deal with this. 70 gold per pop, I believe, or 60 gold maybe. Demon Hunter is here doing everything he can to settle the score and even up this matchup. But it won't be enough. He will be pushed back. We're going to have a nice juicy rejuve on that Demon Hunter. Get it back up to full health, and no destroyers to dispel that or detonate that. And these chimeras are roasting abominations as the Demon Hunter falls. GG is called. B-Lit falls, and Impdaddy takes the first game. 1-0. Very well done from Impdaddy with that early advantage, and you saw on the scoreboard there, B-Lit was in a good position most of the game. He had some good hero levels. He had a lot of good tech, early tier 3. But at the end of the day, that economic advantage and not being able to handle that necro wagon approach at the end was his demise. So with that, let's do the prediction, and game 1 was Impdaddy. Congratulations to our winners of the first prediction. Let's roll the next one. Game 2. Impdaddy versus B-Lit. We are rolling right into game 2, hosted by Amazonia. Alright, so if you recall, Grinchy, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. So last game, we had Bears versus Necro Wagon, Dreadlord, Death Knight, Lich. Thank you, Weirsay, for the follow. Appreciate it, my friend. Versus Demon Hunter, Naga Sea Witch, Priestess of the Moon. It was really hard to deal with the massive amounts of skeleton warriors. There weren't enough whiffs to go around to detonate. The Bears just got shredded by the raw mass amount of undead units. And when those chimeras came out, they evaporated and just straight up deleted those abominations. How will both of our players respond to game 1? As you can see in the bottom left corner, Superstars in training really would love these points for a week 4, I believe is what this matchup was. This may be week 5. I could have that label incorrect. If you do 2-0 your opponent, you do get 3 points. If you don't 2-0 your opponent, you get 2 points and your opponent gets 1 point. So that's how the scoring works in GNL. So if Impdaddy can sweep the series, he will give his team 3 points. And Impdaddy is on Superstars in training. And Death Knight is first to come out for the undead player versus Demon Hunter.
Players' forces are under attack.
In the Ancient of War, can we get less damage taken on that Demon Hunter? That Demon Hunter took a lot of damage last game. Sorry for the map scroll there. Archers doing all the damage that they can to these opponents with the Lightning Shield. Baited the Lightning Shield. Love to see that attention to detail there. You do not want to kill the creeps with the Lightning Shield or you do not get the XP. So really good seeing B-Lit pull that Archer back, making sure not to kill the creeps with that Lightning Shield. Meanwhile, also going to bait the Lightning Shield onto the Death Knight. You do that by surrounding your hero with 2 units. So you have a 3-unit clump, and then you attack it with a ranged attack. It could be a death coil, it can be an auto attack, and then you get to damage the creeps with their own lightning shield, but you just need to make sure you do not kill it
A player's forces are under
with the
attack.
lightning shield damage. And that's why you see Impdaddy here pulling away with lightning shield, making sure to kill it with the auto attack damage of the ghouls. And this creep camp, both these creep camps were done incredibly fast by Beelit here. Wants to make sure he's giving it his all to come back and tie the series 1-1. Daddy will be granted with the gift of the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength for his efforts at the green camp. Moving right along to the yellow camp, the easier of the yellow camps. These inner yellow camps are a little bit tougher. Those units do have bash, I believe. Luckily for Beelit, that curious acolyte got ensnared and paid the price of his life. Going to get as many mana burns as we can on here. Meanwhile,
A player's
both ghouls
forces are
do
under
end up
attack.
taking that. Not sure why that was pinged. Did a item get destroyed? Did it get dropped? I think the items were picked up. I'm not sure if a ghoul was lost in that attempt. But for now, Bloodwrath, Demon Hunter, going for the easier of the yellow creep camps, denying the Death Knight of any sort of easy creep route in Amazonia. Going for the early harass here. Death Knight, no mana for death coils, but will be a nuisance to this Night Elf player and take out as many wisps as possible. But that Moonwell in a very nice position just to heal that wisp up, make sure that Death Knight does nothing but soak up a little moon juice. But it's no problem as he just staffs out back home. Checking on the macros here. Tier 2, about 60% done for the undead player. Graveyard is up and coming. May move into a more standard Fiends Destroyers. Tier 2, 90% done for the Night Elf player. Hunter's Hall right behind it. Expect to see some lures. Finally, Impdaddy getting up to that critical level 3. Just needs one more unit kill, but the Demon Hunter is already there. Siphoning out the rest of the Death Knight's mana. No coils. And yet again, we do have Naga Sea Witch here. Get as many Forked Lightnings onto this undead army as she can. One archer looks like it is going to fall, granting a little bit more XP to Impdaddy. Daddy's just going to retreat back. Get as many blocks he can, try to preserve that ghoul. Send it back to Chop Lumber, it'll get to full health in no time on that Blight. Alright. Gonna go for the Bash camp here against the Kobolds. Want to get that Naga Sea Witch up, leveled up, but you also want to get that Demon Hunter leveled up. Demon Hunter scales incredibly well into the late game, especially at level 6. Alright, checking on our macro here, going right to tier 3. One lore is coming up online. And checking in on the undead. Slaughterhouse going right to tier 3 as well, and a Lich on the way. Demon Hunter about 25% to level 4. Naga Sea Witch about 60% to level 2. Gonna take down this Ancient of War. Shouldn't have been roaming in the southern part of the map. Not when Impdaddy's around. You can eat as many trees as you'd like, but it's not gonna be enough to fend off against the mass ghouls. It will fall. Impdaddy gonna have to retreat back as Beelit is here. Takes away all of that mana from the Death Knight. Death Knight can't coil anything. Not when those mana burns are just so potent. Beelit gonna try to snipe a couple more ghouls, but will be body blocked by Impdaddy. Checking back on the macros here while we go back to creeping. Another Ancient of Lore coming online. Ancient of Wonders getting a nice shop. Cigarette to prevent supply blockage on the undead army as obsidian statues are on the way. opponents are just creeping out the map, getting the items, getting the experience, not quite ready to take any engagements yet. Gonna have a nice Wand of Illusion. Will we see it, or will we see it get sold? Impdaddy potentially thinking about going for the Merc camp up here. And if he has enough, could transition to the red camp, but it might just be too much at this point in the game. Just wanted to check out the expo, make sure there was no expo coming online, and we'll finish off this orange camp with the 2 trappers that remain. Meanwhile, Impdaddy smells blood. He smells it in the water. He wants to come back, and he wants to close this game out early. Alright, mana burns are rolling, making sure this Death Knight can't cast any coils, but 1 coil did get off. Chasing him, ring around the rosy we go. Wants to get a mana burn on this Lich, prevent as many Novas as possible. 150 mana left. There is enough for a Nova, but a surround here. Can he get out? Can he get out? Rejuve goes on the Death Knight and nothing to dispel it. Very nice. We try to get this surround. A nice 2-point surround on the statue against the tree. Wow. 2-point surround, baby. There it is. And he called it. Calculated. Hashtag calculated. Very well done by Beelit there to take out a statue. Don't want to move that Naga Sea Witch. Taking a little damage, talking a little too much trash in the chat. Meanwhile, our undead player going south, probably to check out this expo, make sure nothing is catching him off guard. Does not want to lose to an expo push. The Bears are back online. Rejuves are rolling. 2 Ancient Allures coming. And unlike last game, we're getting Dryads this time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Taking down both Merc camps. There aren't much creeps left on the map. We do have both that natural expos still up. The shop and both red camps. So it looks like both players are going to opt to finish out the creeping on this map, clear out all the creep camps before pushing into low upkeep. Got 50 out of 50 food for Beelit, preventing pushing into low upkeep, doing everything to maximize the amount of gold income on one base. Pulling out this creep camp, trying to avoid the boulder, but the boulder does get thrown, unfortunately. Didn't pull that golem out quite far enough to abuse that boulder from being thrown. Alright, so the only creep camps we have left on the map, I believe the merchant is still up. Both red camps. As the armies are massing, neither player has pushed upkeep yet. Neither player has pushed into low upkeep. Maximizing every last bit of gold out of these gold mines. 6,100 to 60. About a 100 gold lead from Impdaddy. We're going to cancel what was coming up there. Probably a Tree of Life being built there to walk over to the expo. And Impdaddy's had enough. Enough creeping. Enough playing against the AI. I'm ready to play you. But just not yet. We're going to wait.
A player's forces are under attack.
Bila says, you want to fight? You want to dance? Let's dance, buddy. Let's dance. Here we go. Clash of our titans tonight. Unfortunately, attacking the illusion. Putting that Wand of Illusion to good use as the ghouls are doing melee damage to the Dryads. One Dryad will fall. Mana burns going off on the Death Knight. Death Knight now has no more mana for coils, no mana pots in store. Gonna get some more mana burns on the Lich, and melee attacks going off on the Fiends. Very strong Night Elf push here. Impdaddy has to retreat and gets a mana burn off on that Lich again. Undead is now experiencing quite a setback. Death Knight with almost no mana. Lich with just 1 Nova, actually 2 Novas now, in the bank. Night Elf has a very strong bear army for staying under low upkeep. A very solid, efficient 50 food army going to pull this red camp out and see what the Granite Golem has in store. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Let's roll the slot machine and we get, what? Bears on top of it. I can't see it. Come on. You can't click it either. Oh, don't leave it there. Khadgars. Alright, some Brilliance Aura. Gonna finish out this green camp that was left behind here. So I lied. There was one extra camp here on the map. Alright. 40 food to 48 food. Both players still under low upkeep. Staying on no upkeep. Not opting to break upkeep. One red camp remains on the map. And Beelet's going to go check it out, but first he's going to stop by the expo. Make sure nothing's here. Sees nothing. He knows now, if he can get this up, he's going to have a solid late game and economy lead. But, right on cue, Impdaddy knows his instincts, the spidey senses are tingling. He knows there has to be something at this point in the game, and the expo is canceled yet again. The Ancient Protector will fall, but not before it detonates before the Wisp. Alright, we're going to roll the slot machine again, see what this Granite Golem has in store. We had Khadgar's Pipe out of the other camp. What will the Demon Hunter show us today? And we have a Medallion of Courage, Strength and Intellect +5. I believe Beelet now has both red items. Khadgar's Pipe and the Medallion. Will it be enough to fend off this undead army here? We do have destroyers on the map now. Mana burn on that Death Knight. That Death Knight now is in no coil range. Dryads are in position to do as much damage to these destroyers as possible. Gonna have to pull back a little bit. Mana burn's on the Lich now. The Fiends are trying to target down those Dryads and kill them. One falls. And one coil was able to get off. Where did he get that mana from? You just had no mana last time I looked at you. And this Fiend is in critical condition, being pulled back. Dryads have all fallen now. Two bears trying to do what they can to sustain this Night Elf push. Level 5 Demon Hunter is going to be very deadly as the game progresses longer and longer. Two pretty healthy bears, but one is falling to critical condition levels. Now level 5. Two level 5s. Will the heroes be able to carry this game? Do we have a staff? Are we going to be able to get that thing back? Nope, we're just going to hard TP back. Beelet's going to live to fight another day. He does not like the look of this encounter. Needs to get back, needs to recoup. And think about what to do as Beelet now breaks upkeep into low upkeep, 51 food. Alright, two level 5s. Very powerful heroes as they scale into the late game, especially this Demon Hunter. Impdaddy cannot let this Demon Hunter get to level 6. It may just be the end of him. Level 4 3/4, level 3 3/5. I'll call that. Maybe 4/5. And he saw it. He's going to patrol back a little bit, but he is now going to full commit and cancel this expo. Meanwhile, potentially try to get this expo back up again. You got to think about this late game. You only have 2,800 gold left on your mind. Thank you, Eugene, for the follow. Appreciate it, buddy. You have about 2,800 gold left on your mind. This game is looking like it could go late. Although Night Elf does have a scary army right now. 6 bears. 1 Dryad. More Dryads on the way. If he can keep those Dryads in good position and not have them get focused down by Fiends, could be in a really great spot to take Game 2 and tie the series up. Alright, roars are out. There are no destroyers to devour that roar. Actually, now there is one. He would love to devour some juicy roar, get back up to full health and a nice chunk of mana to start melting those heavy armor bears with that Orb of Annihilation. And we are seeing the chain morph. We want all destroyers. We don't need any statues. Going to go cancel an expo again.
player's
game of
forces are
cancellations, and oh my gosh, look at the nuke on that bear, the Orb of Annihilation, and the nuke from the Coil Nova, putting that bear to rest once and for all. No RE. And you see the Orb of Annihilation just chunking these bears. We do have a staff to get it back. One bear is not going to be enough. That bear is going to fall. These destroyers are eating up those bears. And it is able to morph back up, but it will be sniped. And it is sniped by a nice wraparound of the destroyers, wrapping around those trees. And those 2 or 3 bear deaths, that's a big deal. That really just evened the tide here. To cancel this expo again and maybe TP out if you're in a bad position. These destroyers are going to be a big pain. The Death Knight is weak though, 40% health. Going focus fire on the bears. Destroyers focus firing on the bears. The bears are falling, and they are falling fast. The destroyers are holding no prisoners, but we do have some focus fire on this Death Knight, trying to get it to pop that invulnerability potion. Mana burns on the heroes. No Novas, no coils here on out. It's enough to push them back, popping the invuln pot. No coil to heal this Lich back up. Luckily, it's a speedy boy. It's going to get out of there. Back onto the Blight, back onto the healing fountain of the undead. This destroyer's going to go take a peek, see what's going on, see if he can get some cheeky bear kills. Not quite. 58 food, 41 food. No expo attempts right now. Sentry Ward gonna scout this, make sure nothing comes up unforeseen from our Night Elf opponent. Now what do you do as the undead player? You know the undead has a strong army. You know he's going bears, you know he's going dryads, and you know he outnumbers you. How do you pivot? How do you transition to deal with this? That Death Knight is getting to critical levels, 5.7. There's not much time left for you. Once that level 6 hits, it's over. It's over. Your heroes will be mana burned, and he will become Superman. Metamorphosis incarnate. And the end is coming. He knows. He has to back off. He's got to back off. Get a couple invuln pots.
Forces are under attack. The town is under siege.
And the siege has begun. Demon Hunter wants that level 6, and he wants it bad. Getting anything he can. But he's just going to back off, get in the better position. And the dance has begun. A nice mana burn on that Lich. Followed by a nice little forked lightning there. And that Lich is now out of mana. Got to get a nice little mana burn on that Death Knight as well. You can say goodbye to those coils. But again, the Destroyer's melting the bears. Destroyers are well equipped to handle these heavy armor bears. No more mana for the undead, but we do have a potion of mana. Can pop that and get some emergency coils going. Maybe going to save that for the last minute so he doesn't get mana burned at an inconvenient time. Another bear is going to fall. Pushing Beelit down to 56 food and does TP out. Wants to reorganize, re-strategize, and get ready for the final pushes of the game. Only 134 or 24 XP to go. It's just a couple kills for that Death Knight. Luckiest player. I don't think you're going to see a win anytime soon. These players are stubborn. They will do whatever it takes to get this win. Nobody is overextending. Nobody's pushing into a fight that they can't win. They're being extremely calculated, extremely careful. But there's nothing left to creep. You can go look all you want. And we do have a pause. Second called by Beelit. Needs to recenter himself, refocus, get ready for the end game. With that, one quick second for myself as well. That would have been unfortunate. Cat turning off the computer. I know about that all too well. Those kiddies love those keyboards. And here we are. We are back. Back into the action. A little stalemate here. Both opponents choosing to do the dance instead of the battle. Constantly checking these expos, getting those cancels, but not this time. The roars are popped, devours will go off, and the nukes have begun on the bears, but a staff just in time. Mana burns, nothing much to burn anymore. Do still have that critical mana pot, which might be safe for a later time. Destroyers are continuing to nuke those bears down, doing tons of damage, while the Dryads single targeting those destroyers. This Death Knight is in very dangerous territory. You need to retreat. You have no health, no TP, no invuln potion. And now, death has come. Level 6, Chad, Demon Hunter, has arrived. Full mana.
The town is under siege.
I do not want to be the undead player right now. I can tell you that. This next fight is going to be painful. As Chad, Demon Hunter, is now on the map. He is going to devour this destroyer, but a death coil just in time. But Mr. Chad himself is going to single-handedly smoke this undead army. If he can just get in a position, but he can't. Impdaddy knows. He knows what's coming. Doom is coming. Death is coming. And with that, we are going to Game 3. What a series so far. As level 6 Demon Hunter pushes this to a Game 3. Alright, let's get those predictions rolling for Game 3. I'm assuming maybe it's Fats 3. Yes, it is. Let me get out of here. I'm not playing. Alright. And our winners are Beelit. Complete the prediction. Congratulations. Who wins? Who wins it all? Beelit. Imp. Daddy-O. Give you guys 5 minutes for this one. So I think we're waiting a little bit here for our opponent, Beelit. Who the fuck is Chad? Have you ever seen those memes, like the Virgin versus the Chad? Chad is like the big dude, like can't be beat, steals all the chicks, you know? That's Chad. And that was the Demon Hunter. You don't fuck with the Demon Hunter level 6. Anar, get the hell out of here. You ain't playing, buddy. It's not your time. Alright, Beelit. You did well. You came back in Game 2. You didn't let Game 1 to get to your head. You made the right moves. You got the right comp. The Bears, the Demon Hunter, the Dryads. That Demon Hunter just destroyed all the mana from the undead. No Novas, no coils. It was so tough to deal with. Thank you for the follow, Polly. Appreciate it. I hope you're ready. Welcome to the stream. We're going to Game 3. On Last Refuge. It is tied 1-1. All the points are on the line. Winner takes all. Well, winner takes 2. And for Game 3, our final matchup of the night, in the yellow corner, Beelit, fresh off of a win in Game 2, fresh off of using the Chad himself, the Demon Hunter, level 6. Ancient of War being prepared to creep this green camp. And in the red corner, the victor of Game 1, who is now on his heels, going into Game 3, Impdaddy. The standard opener. What tricks will these players be pulling out of their bags for Game 3? They're going to need to pull out everything they can. Make the Gym Newbie League proud. Represent your teams. Take it to the end. Get the win. Potentially a late altar here, suggesting a Tavern Hero. So maybe no Demon Hunter first. I wonder what we're going to see. Beelit is already flipping the script. Already. Acolyte on the way. Gonna go scout and see what's going on. Meanwhile, Death Knight. Going standard. 2 more relics. Gonna grab some staffs. Raise some undead. No fiends yet. No graveyard. The Acolyte's going to go check out what's going on. He's going to see this late altar. He's going to expect a Tavern Hero. And the Archer is here, ready to purchase. Who do we got?
A player's forces are
Who do
under
we got?
attack.
Trying to inconvenience the Night Elf as much as he can. Those strong, overpowered Acolytes. And we do have the Panda. Jinto Reedwine. Welcome to the game. Welcome to Game 3, Panda. Another hero capable of hard carrying at level 6. As Impdaddy begins his creep route. And will be awarded with gloves faced. Panda is here now to take his circlet of nobility. Curse you, Paz. Man, Paz can't catch a break, huh? Alright, both players going for the standard creep route. Green, green, green. No interruptions. Although Impdaddy is going to pass over. Potentially get started harassing. Oh, no. He's going to go for the troll camp first. Both players going for the troll camp first. Skipping over this tinier green camp here. And the item that's going to go to the Panda is a replenishment potion. And what went to the Death Knight, also a replenishment potion. Large amount of summoned skeleton warriors here to assist Impdaddy. And Beelit, his Panda, and his archers clean up the rest of this green camp. And they have to be ready. There is death incoming. And Impdaddy chasing back the Panda. Nice breath of fire on those ghouls and skeleton warriors. Going to Shadow Meld, but dust is popped. Nice preemptive purchase from the Death Knight. And one archer will fall. Breath of fire going out on those ghouls. But it's not enough. He's pushing the Night Elf back. And will take Beelit's green camp as a consolation prize for pushing back the Night Elf. But he will not falter. He is just going right down to his next camp as well. Will not be delayed, will not be staggered. Going for the orange camp, going for the merchant. Gonna take this item from the Magi, and he will be rewarded with a potion of invulnerability. That will certainly come in handy later. And in good form and respectable form, Impdaddy is going to creep out Beelit's Expo for him. But in return, he's going to take the Claws of Attack +5. The Lich is going to love that nice juicy present a little bit later. Checking out the macros here. Tier 2 is about 65% done. Graveyard online. Potentially some fiends on the way. Tier 2 is done for Beelit. Hunter's Hall online. Expect to see some lures potentially transitioning into the standard Bear Dryad that we've seen the past 2 games. Impdaddy would love to get a scout over there and just see what's going on. Make sure there's no surprises coming. As his inventory is filled with a bunch of low-tier items. Just doing some general scouting here. Potentially going to take down that Ancient War. Nope, it's going to pass it. Loop back around and take it down. It is going to be enough DPS to take this down before Beelit is able to get over here and Breath of Fire down those ghouls. And one Ancient of War down. Breath of Fire on those ghouls, and wow, big damage on those ghouls. Now at critical levels, one more breath could really start taking down some of those ghouls. It will be off cooldown soon enough, and a Death Coil goes out to salvage as much as Impdaddy can. And the dance has begun. He's going to go over and see that, uh-oh, it was crept already. And guess what he took? He took your claws. Took your claws of attack +5. There they are. And Gargs are now on the map. Mass Gargs. Do we have the triple crypt? Just double. Gargs are coming. Have they been scouted? I don't know if they've been seen yet, but they're about to be. They're certainly about to be seen, and those whiffs are about to be in trouble back at the main base. Breath of Fire on the Knoll camp. The Death Knight is here. Oh, Click is left. Sorry, thought that was one of the players for a second there. Impdaddy is here to snipe some kills, but the Panda's going to back off. Meanwhile, the Gargs are here, going to harass these Wisps. And the Death Knight is just staying around, wants to really snipe some of these creep kills. In the meantime, Wisps are going to pay the price, but they are in a good spot to soak up some of that moon juice. You have the Moonwells in good position here, getting healed back up, but now you have 4 Gargs. This is going to start being tough, and once you get to a critical mass of Gargs, you're going to be able to snipe those Wisps down with one wave of auto attacks. I think it might be 11? Or maybe it's 9 or 10? It's somewhere around that number. If you do a single auto attack wave, you can kill a Wisp. It takes 7 in the chat. Thank you. Dryads are now here to deal with those Gargs, and this is... we see this. We've just seen it at DreamHack. The classic undead mass Gargs versus Dryads, and a couple Hippos potentially to help. Archers also. We've seen Foggy recently had some success dealing with mass Gargs. We'll see how Beelit fares with it. And these Gargs are going to continue to be a nuisance to the undead player. These Whiffs, well microed and well handled by Beelit, pulling them off the trees. However, you're going to need to put them back on those trees, get those Wisps back to work. You only have 15 lumber, Beelit, and the Ancient Protector will be canceled. Nice cancel in time. Going to get some of those resources back. The Gargs are going to continue to be a nuisance to Beelit. Meanwhile, Death Knight kind of just hanging out. Going right to tier 3. No hero coming for either player. The Gargs continue to harass. Dryads are now here to handle the Gargs. These units kind of hard counter each other. Piercing unarmored will take extra damage from the piercing of the Gargs, who are also unarmored and will take extra damage from the Dryads. Not to mention the Envenomed Spears. Gonna take out this Wisp. One more shot will kill it. Oh, and just in time, the Wisp does get healed up. And we may see a little tiny micro encounter over here. The Death Knight just kind of kiting him back, poking. Gargs continue to poke. Dryads doing anything they can to try to just lower the number of Gargs here. And now we have some Hippos on the map. Now things get interesting. These Hippos, if there's not enough Gargs to deal with these Hippos are going to hurt. But this Hippo will lose to 5 Gargs. But it's enough to draw him back. And we do have a battle down here in the south. One archer will fall from the Death Knight. Death Knight, unlike last game, has some mana this game. He's going to be able to get off some coils, get some kills, get some healing. Panda is able to secure that kill on the creep with the Breath of Fire, but will be whittled down by the Gargs, and the Gargs are plenty fast to keep up with that Panda. As the Panda was pseudo-blocked by the Death Knight a little bit there, slowed it down slightly, but not enough, and he's actually blocking himself with some archers. These ghouls are so fast, gonna potentially be able to catch up and block the Panda, but not enough speed. One archer, critical damage, will fall. I believe it was denied. Nice deny. Or it was killed by a creep, not sure. The Panda in really low health pops an Invuln Pot, getting the Breath of Fire off on the Gargs. That Breath of Fire does hit air, and it does do a lot of damage. Dryads here, gonna need to get a couple more of those Hippos out to deal with these Gargs. Dryads are rolling. Getting that piercing damage on the Gargs. Another Breath of Fire wave. Bought the Orb of Venom. That's certainly gonna help. deal with all of these units, but the Panda is now surrounded, needs to break free, and Coils are alive on the Death Knight. Coil chosen to heal the Garg instead of kill the Panda. Panda, no GG. Beelit has left the game, and Impdaddy takes the series. 2-1. Great series from our competitors there, but at the end of the day, the Gargs, the Death Knight, were just too much. The Night Elf couldn't get his army online fast enough. He couldn't get that critical mass of Hippos, couldn't get that critical mass of Triads, and at the end of the day, Impdaddy takes it 2-1. Incredible series from our competitors. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. If you don't know about Gym Newbie League, !Gym in the chat. It is where you want to be. If you like Warcraft 3, if you want to get better, if you want to play with like-minded competitors who are here every week, we get put on a team. You get paired up with some coaches. If you have trouble winning against a certain matchup, ask the coaches. They'll help you out. You get to be paired up, like on War 3 Champions, you get paired up with opponents of similar skill. And it's all for fun, right? It's all to get better. So if you want to get involved with the Gym Newbie League, please come by. We'd love to have you. We'd love to compete with you. And with that, everybody, that's going to conclude our stream for tonight. Great competition from Beelit and Impdaddy, as Impdaddy takes the series 2-1.